Okay guys, I'm late getting my sweet potatoes in, but we've had nothing but rain here on this hill in Arkansas for a while, and I was really getting worried about them. They need to be in the ground, so I'm going to go ahead and plant some today. And what I'm going to plant them in is this container. Now, this is what I plant my potatoes and sweet potatoes in, and I'm going to tell you what's in here. This is decomposed compost. It is a mixture, and this is 5 years worth, because when we moved to this hill 5 years ago, I didn't have a garden spot, so I was planting stuff in containers. And these are mineral troughs is what they are, and they just held up really good. So if you can get a hold of some, they'll last you a long time. But this is a decomposed compost, and it's a mixture of real old straw that was starting to decay and mold, some wood chips, a little bit of dirt, but not much. We don't have real good dirt on this hill. That's why we have to use so much compost. But I can tell you what it mostly is. It is broken down leaves, because I filled, it was that first winter, and I filled every one of these containers full of leaves out from among the woods that were already trying to decay. And all of that matter has broke down into this. And I can tell you, it grows a lot of stuff. In a little bit, I'll show you my cabbage, how big it's getting already. Now, I can tell you, this one right here, these two right here, I just dug some potatoes out of. And the potatoes that I had growing in here had come out of the house, and they had started to sprout. So back in the winter, it's probably February, end of February probably, I just come out of here and start sticking them in the ground. And that container over there, I had probably about 8 planted in it, and I ended up digging about 10 pounds of potatoes out of it. So that tells you what you can grow in a container. Now, when you plant your sweet potatoes, you want a loamy soil, but this soil here, it doesn't get real dry. It doesn't get real hard where the sweet potatoes won't grow. And I'll tell you something else that's in here and why this looks so good. These containers are full of worms. And during the wintertime, I come out here and I throw a lot of my kitchen scraps out here. And each one of these containers, I just kind of take turns. And Danny sometimes will bring ashes from the wood stove. Now, you have to be careful with ashes, because you don't want to put too much in your soil. Ashes are good for, we also would put the ashes quite a bit around the blackberry bushes. And the blackberry bushes are looking really good this year. But I was digging potatoes out of this a couple of days ago, and there were some of the biggest earthworms in there. They were just like little bitty snakes. So I know that I've got quite a bit of worm manure in here, and that's some of the best stuff you can have. But anyways, people have been telling me that they wanted to watch me plant my sweet potatoes. Now, I had a video, and I'll link it down below, of starting your sweet potato slips. I don't buy sweet potato slips. I used to. You could buy them all the time. I just start mine from sweet potatoes that either from some that were left over from last year's harvest, or some that I bought from the store. These right here were from a sweet potato that I had underneath the house all winter. That's where we store our potatoes and stuff at. It's underneath the house because it stays the right temperature. It's dark under there, and it's pretty much dry. So it's a good place to store your potatoes and sweet potatoes. But what I'm going to do is, since my dirt is pretty much, my soil is where I want it, All I'm going to add to it is some triple 13. And I'm going to put, I don't want to put too much. Let's see. So about a cup. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to stir it up real good in the soil. And you have to be careful when you're putting fertilizer out like triple 13 and stuff like that, because you can burn stuff up. You don't want to burn your plants up. So I think that's good. Now I'm just going to take my sweet potato slips, and you can see how I had broke them off the sweet potato and I stuck them in water, and you can see they've got little roots coming. So what I'm going to do is there's two slips right here. I think I'm going to break that one off because it's got a root too. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant the sweet potato right up to the top of the root, and I may just go up. I'm going to take that leaf off, and I'm going to go up about an inch above that root where you see the roots coming out. So you can pretty much just stick your finger down in there, and if your soil is loose enough to grow potatoes, you ought to be able to just stick your finger down in there and loosen that up. So there's the first sweet potato. I'm going to take this little baby right here, and I'm just going to stick him in right there. And I love growing sweet potatoes. We like eating them, and Danny loves a good sweet potato pie. So you can grow sweet potatoes if you have any kind of a container, and I'm just guessing, and somebody can tell me probably that, and Danny, he's not here, he could probably tell me. I think this may be 25-gallon, I'm not sure, container. But you can grow a lot of potatoes and a lot of sweet potatoes in this. Now, if you're the kind of person that likes to grow huge potatoes and huge sweet potatoes, you could grow a few in here, big ones. That's not really what I prefer. I just like a regular size sweet potato. Now, we have potatoes out in the main garden where Danny's got his potatoes. And they're looking really good. The deer haven't, last year the deer ate our potatoes, the tops off our potatoes. So right now they're doing pretty good. Now I want you to look at this vine right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slip him right in there, an inch up from the roots. I'm just going to kind of set it around like this. Now there were times that I did plant my sweet potatoes in the main garden bed, and they done wonderful. But right now I've got so much in my main beds that sweet potatoes will take up a lot of room. So I'm going to do it in a container this year. I done them in containers last year. I think the year before is when I had a huge crop of sweet potatoes, and I had them in the main garden, and it took up a lot of space, but they done really good. But anyways, this year is going to be in containers. Now, some people are probably thinking, now, you just dug up regular potatoes and you're going right in and planting your sweet potatoes. Yes, I do this, and they do well, so no problem. And I won't dig my sweet potatoes usually till about September. Last year I still had sweet potatoes in the ground right at fall. And when I dug them up, they were just really good looking sweet potatoes. I stuck them underneath the house. We ate on them all winter, and I made pies out of them. And then I ended up with a few that I could make slips with. So I think they done real good. But anyways, I just wanted to come out and like I said, I had a request from several people wanting to see me plant my sweet potatoes. And it's real easy to do. It's easy to grow your slips. So I'm going to get all my sweet potatoes planted. See if I can bring y'all up a little bit closer. Y'all can see what I've planted. They're just real easy to plant. So I'm going to plant one more up close and show you. Now I'm going to take this bottom leaf off. Kind of poke my finger down in there. Poke my plant down in there about an inch above the roots. And that's all there is to it. So I'm going to finish with my other containers. And I still got more sweet potatoes on the back porch, but I'm going to try to get some of them planted today. So I hope this helped y'all out just a little bit. A lot of y'all that were uncertain about your sweet potatoes. They don't have to be in the ground. You can do it in containers and have you some good sweet potatoes this winter. And remember, you'll get 5 to 10 sweet potatoes off each slip. So plant you some sweet potatoes in some good drainage, loomy soil.